Well, good morning, everyone. Assalamualaikum. My name is Mr. Shahmi, and I'm the moderator for our today's forum. So our today's forum today is the title for our forum is Small Action Big Impact: Tackling Climate Change Together. So with us today we have four panelists, which is Mr. Faiz, Mr. Fakrul, Mr. Zul, Firdof, and Mr. Said. So before going any further, I'm going to give a little bit briefing about the climate change. The climate change is the long-term change in Earth's average temperature and weather patterns. It mainly happens due to human activities that releasing greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. So we're going to our first panelist, which is Mr. Faiz. So Mr. Faiz, what are the main effects of climate change on the environment that we can already see today? Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Shami, for the question. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning to Mr. Moderator, which is Mr. Shami, Mr. Panelist, and our beloved audience. Okay. According to the question given, which is about what are the main effects of climate change on the environment that we can already see today. First of all, before we go further on our question explanation, have we ever paused for a moment and asked ourselves what impact of climate change we have actually experienced, even without realizing it in our daily life? Okay, I believe that every each of us has been experienced it. All right. Okay. Talking about climate change impact, actually it has a lot of impact, which is already done in our Earth. Okay. For example, I can give is melting ice, melt, increasing melting of ice and snow, methane emission from thawing permafrost, rising sea levels, and the others. But for today, I'm going to highlight three climate change impact because I think these three actually very close to our routine daily, and I believe that we also realizing it, and we also adapting to this to this impact. Okay, the first one I'm gonna talk about rising sea levels. Okay, rising sea levels have two news, which is a good news and also bad news. Okay, the good news is the world's oceans have helped slow climate change by absorbing the heat. 19% of the extra heat added to the atmosphere as a result of increased emission of greenhouse gases. And the bad news is, as the oceans store more heat, they expand. This, along with water flowing into the ocean from melting land-based glaciers, raises the world's average sea levels. Scientific research indicates that over the last decade, thermal expansion of the ocean water has caused by one-third of the observed rise in the planet's sea levels. The second one is about more extreme weather. Okay. Actually, there is no enough evidence to link any specific extreme weather events such as a heat wave, severe flood, hurricane to climate change. However, with more heat in the atmosphere, climate scientists project that climate change will likely increase the overall chances and the intensity of extreme weather events. Okay. And the last one, I'm going to talk about food production. The common know that food is the more important source because we gain energy from it. Okay. Um, Higher temperatures, more intense drought, and heavier downpours could reduce crop yields in some farming areas, shrinking irrigation, water supplies, and growing pest populations in the farmer world could also cut crop yields in some areas. So basically, the climate change model project decline in agricultural productivity and food security in tropical and subtropical regions, especially in Southeast Asia and Central America, large because of excessive heat, flooding of river deltas due to the rising sea levels could reduce crop production, partly because some aquifer that supply irrigation water in, will be infiltrated by salt water. I think that's all my opinions about the climate change impact. That's all from me.
All right, thank you, Mr. Faiz, for the interesting information just now. So we're going to the next panelist, which is Mr. Fakro. So, Mr. Fakro, how do future generation contribute to addressing climate change, and why does their effectiveness depend on the actions and policy established by the present generation? You can go now, Mr. Fakro.
Thank you to moderator and good morning to all panelists and madam. Um, to answer the moderator question about contribution of future generation, in my point of view, future generation play a crucial role in addressing climate change as innovators, decision makers, and steward of the planet. Even though they will inherit the consequences of today's action, they will I'm sorry, they will responsible for developing new technologies, adapting societies to climate impacts, and maintaining the sustainable practice. However, their role should not be framed as bearing the burden of fixing the crisis alone. Instead, future generation must be empowered through their education, strong institution, and learn and long-term policies established today from the government or anyone from NGO so that they will not suffer tomorrow. By investing in climate education, scientific research, sustainable infrastructure now, for example, like we make a new technologies, the present generation enables future generation to continue climate action effectively rather than merely respond to irreversible damage. For example, a future generation can make a new technology innovation. For example, future scientists and engineers, which is come from young generation, may develop advanced renewable energy system. For example, like solar or wave energy, or carbon capture technologies. Like nuclear, they release zero carbon, but only if today generation invest in research and climate education, which is can support and help future generation to tackling climate change from today. I think my answer can give the moderator a point of view too. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Fakro. What an interesting fact from you. So, without having any further, we're going to our third panelist, which is Mr. Zul Firdot. Okay, Mr. Zul Firdot, I'm going to ask you what the initiative was introduced by the government to tackle the climate change.
Thank you, Mr. Shahmi, for that give me the chance to speak about my opinion. To tackle the climate change, we need to rely on the government initiative to make the big move so we can have the big benefit from it. So, in order to change to tackle the climate, uh, government have take the initiative which the government have promoting 200,000 green jobs that has been launched uh, through the Ministry of Environment and Water (CASA), because this ministry has launched a job portal that promoting 200,000 jobs in the which is green jobs offered by 2030 in the seed sector, which are green energy, water, waste, building, transportation, and manufacturing that need special technical specialties. We also know that when we shift toward the green energies, there might be some people that lose the energy, such as the people that work in the oil and gas sector. So this move have counter the risk of they had lose their job and also reduce the unemployment rate in our country. Malaysia are also one of the largest producer of solar panel and biofuel because Malaysia is the Katulistiwa region. So we have a lot of sunny days. So we have a lot of source of the sun to powering our solar panel. We are also one of the largest country that have large amount of farm farm. So we can use oil to powering our country by the biofuel. Moreover, Malaysia has mass production of highly efficiency internal combustion engine vehicle, and electric vehicle to empowering sustainable green transportation. Because we all know that in Malaysia, we are majoritarily unprivileged, which is B40 and not T20. So if the government take the act to strictly force everyone to use electric vehicle, they cannot afford to buy one. So the this act will burden our people. So by using the high efficiency internal combustion, it can reduce the production of the green gas such as carbon monoxide, and sulfur. So that's all from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Zo. Wow, I didn't know that the government already makes such an effective initiative to tackle this problem. So we're running out of time. So right now we're going to our last panelist, which is Mr. Said. So, Mr. Said, how does the climate change drive societal adaptation, especially in human health and social welfare? We would like to hear it from you, Mr. Said.
Thank you, Mr. Shahmi, for the question. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good morning, IB, to all panelists and the moderator. So personally, in my opinion, climate change is no longer only an environmental issue. It has become a serious challenge to human health and social welfare. According to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change in 2023 synthesis report, climate change has increased global temperatures and caused more frequent and intense extreme weather events such as floods, heatwave, and droughts. These changes directly affect how societies function and how people live. From a human health perspective, the IPCC 2023 states that rising temperatures increase the risk of heat-related illnesses and worsen existing health conditions. Extreme weather events also disrupt healthcare services and increase the spread of infectious diseases. And because of these impacts, societies are forced to adapt. Governments and communities strengthen public health system by improving healthcare access, developing early warning system, and preparing emergency responses for climate-related disasters. These adaptations are important to reduce health risks and protect vulnerable population. So furthermore, if we look in terms of the social welfare, the IPCC 2023 report explains that climate change threatens food security and water availability. These impacts are not experienced equally. Vulnerable groups such as low-income communities, the elderly, and marginalized populations face higher exposure to climate risk and have fewer resources to adapt. This situation pushed societies to improve social welfare systems, for example, include disaster relief programs, financial assistance, climate resilient housing, and stronger community support networks. Moreover, climate change also drives societal adaptation at the community level. According to the IPCC, community-based planning and climate resilient infrastructure help societies cope with climate-related risks more effectively. And when the communities are involved in adaptation efforts, they are better prepared and more resilient. These actions also strengthen social cohesion and improve overall well-being. And in conclusion, based on the IPC 2023 synthesis report, climate change acts as driver for societal adaptation. It forces societies to respond in ways that protect human health. And then these adaptations are essential to build resilience and sustainable communities in the face of future climate challenges. That's all from me. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Sai. I cannot even expect that climate change can drive to the social adaptation. Well, with that, our discussion has come to the end. Thank you everyone for coming and see you next time.